Hello, welcome back to my channel. In this video we're going to do a second trimester Q&A. I did do a Q&A in the first trimester, so I thought we would do another one now. I did ask for questions, and I think I asked for questions a few times, but I actually only have a few to answer. I did mention in the bedside nursery nook tour video at the start when I was talking about this Q&A, I did suggest like 10 questions that you could ask me if you wanted to, just to give you like an idea of the questions that you could ask. And somebody did comment saying that they would like to know the answers to those questions. So that's actually helped because I only received a few questions that were to do with pregnancy. So those questions kind of like top it up for this video. So there are 10 questions to answer in total. So without further ado, let's get straight into the second trimester Q&A. There are 10 questions to answer. Let's do this. The first question is, have you put together a hospital bag yet, and how are you deciding what to put in? I haven't put a hospital bag together yet because I'm only 27 weeks pregnant. I am planning to put a hospital bag together between 30 and 35 weeks. I just want to get the baby shower out of the way and the maternity photo shoot out the way. And I'm doing those in the same week when I'm like 34 weeks pregnant. So I might do it around like the 35-week mark. But I already know what I'll be putting into the hospital bag because I did my research. I went on Google, I watched Instagram reels, I watched YouTube videos, many YouTube videos. I'm very happy with my list. I am pretty certain I have got everything down to a T. So I will be doing that in May time, and I will be filming a what's in my hospital bag video for you as well. The second question is, will your baby be having a middle name? And she will. So if you didn't watch the bedside nursery nook tour, you won't know that we have revealed the name that we've chosen for her, and it will be Freya. James's surname is Saunders, and she will be having his surname, so Freya Saunders. I actually wanted her middle name to be my name, so Freya Chelsea Saunders, and then if we had a boy next, the name would be first name James Saunders. Then I kind of felt like I wanted James's sister's name to be in there. I don't have a sister, but James does have a sister. I WhatsApped her randomly out of the blue and was like, how would you feel about Freya, your name, Saunders? And she said that she would be honoured. So I'm not going to be sharing his sister's name because I do not have her consent to share her name, and I want to keep his family private. But her name will be Freya, his sister's name in the middle, and then Saunders. The third question is, how do you think your dog Poppy is going to be with the baby? She has a really good temperament. She loves people, she loves other dogs, she's not a fan of cats, birds, chickens, squirrels, but she loves people and other dogs. The problem is that she is very energetic, very crazy. She loves to jump up at people. She loves to stand on you when you're laying on the sofa. So it can be quite frustrating because although she's not like a Rottweiler, she is still kind of heavy. And she also has long claws because when she was a stray, they were never cut. The quicks are too long, so we can't actually cut them back that much. So her claws do hurt as well. We have introduced her to other children. Sometimes she jumps up at them, sometimes she doesn't. Her previous dog walker and dog trainer did say that she feels like Poppy will be dangerous, but not because she would be aggressive, more that she would hurt the baby unintentionally by climbing on her or jumping on the sofa when we're sat here and just landing on us. And for that reason, we will not be leaving her alone with the baby at all. To be honest, even if she was a calm dog, we would not leave her alone with the baby at all. We just don't think that a dog should be put in that position where, for whatever reason, they might snap. And we don't want to do that to her because she came first. As James always likes to tell me, she came first. We do not want to rehome her. That is 100% not an option unless she did become aggressive, but we highly doubt she would do that. We're just going to be very careful with her, and we're just going to have to go with the flow and take it day by day. tell. The fourth question is, do you have a birth plan? I don't have a birth plan yet. I don't believe I put a birth plan together until I have a midwife appointment closer to the time. So I believe that is when we go through a birth plan together. I am going to do a birth plan, but I know that labour is not always gonna stick to the birth plan. Things are just gonna go how they're gonna go. And I don't like that, because I like having plans and routines, details. I like organisation and structure, and that is all going to go out the window. It's worrying to me, and I know I've said this many, many times, but I am terrified of childbirth. I have already called the midwife-led unit where we would like to give birth, and I've booked in a tour. But I have also mentioned over the phone immediately that I'm terrified of childbirth, which actually they were happy that I did that, because it means they can sort of make a note, and then on the day they'll know, whatever midwives are with me, they'll be informed and like made aware that I might need a different way of handling, if that makes any sense. So not right now, I don't have a birth plan, but I will be having a birth plan closer to the time, because I will do one with my midwife. The fifth question is, how does James feel about the birth? Honestly, James is such a spontaneous, go with the flow, positive, laid back kind of guy. And he's just like, it's gonna go how it's gonna go. It is what it is. I am gonna be here for you. I will be there. There isn't anything that I can do to change whether it's gonna hurt you. I can't change anything about how uncomfortable it's gonna be for you. All I can do is just be there. And he knows that, he understands that. And James has a very, very high pain tolerance. So I think he's thinking, I could do it. If I was a woman, I could do it. But I don't think he understands like how much pain this is going to be, like how horrific and traumatic this experience could be for us. But I think it's just easier for me to worry about it, because I'm the one birthing the baby. It's easier for him to not worry about it, because it's like, we'll just wait until the day. So he's not too bothered about the birth right now, but maybe when it comes closer to the time, maybe even when we're in it, he might change his tune. The sixth question is, how does James feel about becoming a dad? I almost feel like it hasn't registered in his brain yet. I know he can see that my bump is growing. He's been to these scans. He's heard the heartbeat. He can't feel her kick still, but I managed to get it on camera. So he saw my belly moving and was like, wow, I can finally see. So he knows that she's moving around and kicking. And we've got everything set up in the bedroom. We've nearly got everything for her now as well. He has been asking me what I think he's going to be like as a dad. And I think he is actually very, very happy that he's going to be a girl dad. Honestly, my dream for him was to be a girl dad, and that dream has come true. I cannot wait. I honestly can't say this enough. I cannot wait for him to be a girl dad. I think this is exactly what he needs, and I'm truly excited and grateful to the man in the clouds for giving me a girl. I'm so excited and buzzing for her to be here, just to see him hold her for the first time, walk her out of the hospital in the car seat for the first time, and it's just so exciting. My eyes are watering. I'm so excited. I think he's just trying to rein in his emotions. I think he's trying not to show the emotions too much, but maybe when she's here it will just all come out. The seventh question is, are you going to breastfeed? And if so, are you planning to get a small crib at your bedside? So the answer to that is no, I will not be breastfeeding. We will be formula feeding. And the reason for that is actually a medical reason. In 2019, I had breast enlargement surgery, aka boob job. And as a result of the surgery, I got one of the side effects. I didn't get a serious side effect, just a minor one, but I got sensitive nipples. So a little pinch can be uncomfortable, maybe a little bit painful, but a baby suckling on my nipple, who knows how many times a day, on a daily basis, is going to cause me pain, discomfort, and on another level. I do not want to hate feeding my own child. So to avoid that situation, we will be formula feeding. The 8th question is, will you be doing baby-led weaning and following the Montessori method? Yes, we will be doing baby-led weaning. James had absolutely no idea what this was, so I did have to explain to him what baby-led weaning was, obviously with first-time parents. And that's why he didn't know. I only know because I used to work in childcare. I am qualified and I worked with children for 5 years in nursery settings. I've already been looking at baby-led weaning books. I've been looking at like baby-led weaning recipes. As for following the Montessori method, 100%, but I'm not going to be doing it like to the book. If she sometimes has plastic toys, she sometimes has plastic toys. I do want to use wooden toys. I do want to do toy rotation. I do want to encourage independence, probably starting from when she's like 1. We'll be getting a learning tower for in the kitchen. I am not massively knowledgeable on Montessori, to be honest. I have been doing my research, but I also think it's probably a bit too soon for me to be thinking about that kind of thing. I think for the first year, I'll just be thinking about wooden toys, toy rotation, and that's probably it. I'm not going to go crazy. The 9th question is, I'd be interested to know whether you are going for a nursery and how many days, etc. And if so, when you applied. I've heard people apply as early as 12 weeks pregnant. So we are going to be going for a nursery, and at the time that this video has been uploaded, we actually viewed a nursery 2 days ago and put a deposit down to reserve her space, which was £100. She will not be going to nursery until April 2026, which is when I return to work. And at that point, she'll be around 9-10 months old. So she'll be eligible for the 30 hours a week free childcare. Obviously, the 30 hours a week free childcare is term time only, but I will be back to work, so she'll need it throughout the whole year, so it'll be stretched out. I've already done the maths, and we should have remaining around £280 to pay each month. But if we didn't have any funding, it would be like £1,200. So I am more than happy to take the 30 hours and then pay £280 a month for what is remaining of the fees. It does include food, nappies, wipes, it even includes formula. There is also the tax-free childcare, which we need to look into as well. I'll be going back to work part-time. I'll be doing 4 days a week instead of 5. So the plan is that she'll go to nursery Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, which is when I will be working in the office. On Thursdays, she will be at home with me. And then on Fridays, I'll be working from home, but I won't be allowed to have her at home with me. So what will happen is on every other Friday, she's going to go to my best friend and she's going to spend the day with her. And then on the other alternate Fridays, I haven't actually got a plan for that yet. I haven't quite figured out how those Fridays are going to work, but at least we've got the other Fridays, there's a plan in place. I called the nursery on the 27th of December, which was when I was like 17, 18 weeks pregnant. So I was in the 2nd trimester at that point. I used to work in childcare. I knew they might have a waiting list, but they were like, no, we don't have a waiting list right now. Our baby girl is due in June, and I asked them if we could visit in March. And they were like, yes, absolutely. Visit us a few months before she's due. That's absolutely fine. There's no waiting list. However, keep in mind that in September, that's when the 30 hours a week free childcare comes into place for 9-month-olds. And that is when in the summer, so a couple months before, everybody is going to be coming and viewing the nurseries and putting their deposits down to reserve their space for their child. And they would then end up with potentially no space for our child. Because she's due in June, which is probably around the time that everybody's going to start doing that, we didn't want to miss out on that nursery. The 10th and final question is, will you be applying for a 2-bedroom property when your baby is here? And the answer to that is yes, absolutely. So if you didn't know, we're in a 1-bedroom ground floor flat, which we got through the council. It is housing association. We did contact the council. I emailed them and asked what the process was, and they advised that as soon as our baby girl is here and we have registered her birth, we need to provide a copy of the birth certificate to them as kind of like proof of life, proof that there is another member of the household, and that we then obviously need a 2-bedroom property. They will update our application and then we will be able to bid on 2-bedroom properties. That is the end of the second trimester Q&A. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye!